Hi there, I'm Dale Mathis coming to you from my home studio today in Sun City, Arizona. And today I'm holding the Roland FR4X digital accordion, Dale Mathis edition, which is only available from Craft Music in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There are no other dealers in the world that can offer you the after-purchase support and the Dale Mathis sound. Only Craft Music. And today, this is a quick start video for folks who are just getting their brand new 4X from Craft Music. And rather than get all nervous about all this high-tech instrument, especially if you've been an acoustic accordion player for 50 years maybe, or a brand new player, I want to get you started on the right track. So I'm going to take you down into my accordion. I've just turned this one on, and let's see what happens. So of course you hit the power button, and I assume you've got your straps on, and I assume that either you've put batteries into the accordion or you've plugged the AC cord. And of course the other videos on my website about the unboxing 4X will explain all of those materials. But this is now you've got the accordion ready to play and you're nervous about it and what to expect. So first thing I'm going to do is take off the bellow straps. And what you're going to notice, first thing, is that when you pull on the bellows, it's tight. And if you play, it's the bass buttons. It sounds like a regular accordion, but it's not doing this kind of thing with the bellows going in and out. Now you can make it do that with this round knob. I can turn it, which direction is it? Here we go, this direction, counterclockwise. And now, but most players don't want to do all that work. That's why they bought the Roland. So I turn it as tight as possible the other direction. So anyhow, the other thing that I'm just going to mention is that the position of the C bass on the Roland 4X for many players is slightly lower than what you expect. It's really in front of the, well, actually it's in front of the fourth button down from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll find the indent there. You'll also find that what I've had experience with is many customers end up trying to make the C sound up here, but they're actually playing the E bass. So don't get caught on that one because it also has an indent on it. So the C has an indent on it, and way up here the E has an indent on it. And way down here, where is it? There, the A flat has an indent on it. So C is right there. Okay, so that's the first thing, is getting comfortable with finding where your bass buttons are, because after all, you can't see them. Okay, so now in the right hand, we're going to do just really basic stuff in this. So you've got these 7 register buttons, and you see that it says 1, and then in the blue it says 8. Well, today what we're concerned about is the white ones, 1 through 7. To get to the blue ones, you push this white button down on the bottom here. This is the shift button. And, well, actually this one's called shift. This one's called the AB button. And so when you push that, then you get another 7 set sounds of accordion sounds. So today you've just turned it on. We're not going to mess with that. So here we go. As soon as you turn it on, you get this great accordion master sound. Okay, so know where that is. That is register number 4, this white one. So every time when you turn it on, it's going to sound like that. Now if you want a mellow accordion sound, we'll just hit register number 1, which is the bassoon. And if you want a little bit brighter, we're going to hit register number 2, that's a bandoneon. Did I get it? There we go. And then this number 3, this is all special Dale Mathis programming. I put this on here because it's great for doing Yankovic polka sounds. And what's special about it, if you listen to this register number 2, and then if I hit register number 3, you hear there's a little bit of musette sound to it. So that, a lot of folks like that sound, so that's why I included it. And then of course if we hit register number 4, we're back into the master. And then number 5 is the middle reed sound. And of course there are no reeds in this accordion, but it is all digital, so there's nothing to go out of tune. And that's the other reason why you can play this accordion with headphones, is because when you plug in headphones, then all the sound from the inside of the accordion is turned off, and only you can hear it. So anyhow, that register number 5, that's got the clarinet sound on it, or the middle reed. And of course that is 1 octave higher than the bassoon. So if I hit that again, register number 5. And then register number 6 is the same as 5, except that I've added more reeds, so now we get the musette. Okay, and then a really unique sound, and this is only on the Dale Mathis edition accordions, is register number 5. This is a musette, but it's set down to the 16-foot pitch, which on an acoustic accordion you're never going to find that. So it gives you this deep, throaty sound, but with a musette. So if you can get it in your mind that those 7 sounds, and you got to memorize them, because on this instrument there's no markings on it saying this is a bassoon or this is a master or whatever, because these sounds can all be changed. It's just like in the original Roland programming. If you bought one out of the box from Roland without Dale Mathis program, it sounds nothing like this. As a matter of fact, in the original Roland programming, there's a lot of buttons that sound identical to the one next to it, and it's really a waste of button space. So I've done very unique programming for the Dale Mathis edition accordions, which of course are only available from Craft Music in Milwaukee. All right, so that's segment 1 of this lesson. So now let's get really dangerous here and learn about a couple of other things. If you want, you can stop this video here and run it over several times, and when you're ready for segment 2, come on back to it. But right now we're going to do segment 2, so let's bring it back down here again. And so now, if you notice here, it says right hand. And you've got 3 buttons. One says accordion, one says orchestra, and the other says organ. So when I hit the orchestra light, the red light for accordion turns off. And now these 7 buttons are going to give me 7 orchestra sounds that I have picked out for you that I think you will use very often. So the one that comes on automatically when you hit that orchestra button is this number 1, and it's the twangy guitar. And what you're going to notice about this one is that it responds to your touch. So it has a different tone depending upon how hard you hit it. And then you hear the vibrato that comes in. Okay, beautiful registration. Okay, now register number 2, this has got a very special organ sound that Dale Mathis created. You will not find this on any other Roland accordion because Dale Mathis created it. And of course this is the sound of the old Cordovox. And so the old Cordovox accordions had that organ sound in a special box that came along with the whole thing, and meant lots of lugging around of equipment. And so how I utilize that Cordovox sound, we'll get to that a little later. For right now, just know that it's there. Okay, register number 3, and when you hit one of those register buttons, if you look up in your screen up on top, it briefly gives you the name of it. So when I hit that register number 3, it changes and it says tenor sax. And so and on register number 4, I've got the vibes. And on register number 5, I've got the trumpets. And on register number 6, I've got that deep clarinet. And then the final one I want to show you today is on register number 7, and it's the Dale Mathis Hawaiian guitar. Okay, so that is segment 2 of this video. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by all these new sounds, you can stop now and just rehearse or practice the sounds that we've gone to so far. All right? So now, we're going to go to segment 3, the organ. Okay, you have 3 divisions on this instrument. And if you've had a previous Roland accordion, you know that those models, it made it very difficult to find the different groups of sounds, to separate the accordion from the organ, from the orchestra sounds. And some of them, like the 7X and 3X and all those models, the organ sounds were mixed in with the orchestra, and it just was difficult to figure anything out. But in the 4X, it's much easier, because on the 4X front panel, there is a button that says organ. And Dale Mathis has created 7 organ sounds that I think you're going to love. So the first one, it's great, nice Hammond organ sound. And that is register number 1 playing. So here's register number 2. Again, and that one I added a little distortion into it because some of the old Hammond organs, they intentionally screwed around with the tubes in those organs to give it this gritty, tubey sound, and so you'll hear this little bit of distortion in the sound, and I put that in there on purpose for those folks who like that sound. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3. Again, we got a little bit of grit in the sound. Oh, and also you'll notice that these sounds are not touch sensitive, so no matter how hard you hit the key, just like the accordion sounds, it doesn't matter how hard you hit the key. What does make a difference, oh, actually on this one, this number 3, I've set it so that you don't even have to pull the bellows. Here, watch this. The bellows closed. Yeah, so I've set some of the sounds so that they do that, and that's so that you get a nice consistent sound. So here's register number 4. And that's that really bright sound. And what that is, so many folks like the old Frankie Yankovic Solovox sound that you heard on Frankie Yankovic's recordings from the 1940s and 1950s. Well, I've recreated it, so it's here. It's the number 4 sound on the Roland 4X. So you get the old Frankie Yankovic. So how you would use that? Let's put on the Frankie Yankovic accordion, which is register number 3. And then I'll hit the organ so I can get the Solovox sound. There you go. All right, let's go back here now. In register number 5. You could conceivably use that for a hymn if you want. And here's a secret that I'm going to tell you about this sound. Register number 5. If I hit that button a second time while I'm holding down the notes, listen what happens. You hear the tremolo getting fast? Now I'm going to hit it again. Now it went slow. Hit it again. What that's all about in the Hammond organs that are so famous still in the world, even though those organs were invented back in the 1930s and 40s, Don Leslie came up with this speaker that had spinning horns in it. And rock and rollers and lots of people just love that sound of the Leslie speaker. So Roland has created it within this accordion. All right, so that's on register number 5. I'm going to do register number 6 in the organ. Still got the fast rotor. I can slow it down again by hitting number 6 again. And then number 7. That one I built in a vibrato. Okay, so that's the end of segment 3. Okay, one more segment if you're not completely overwhelmed by now. And if you are, just stop this video and come back another day and we'll take on the final step of these very simple but beginning steps. When you have all of this that I'm telling you in this video today, when you've got this all in your noggin up here, you're going to love this accordion and the overall sound that it has. All right, so the last step to talk about is the left hand. Right now, we've just been using the Dale Mathis turn-on accordion reed sound, same as what you'd get on an acoustic accordion. Now we're going to turn on the orchestra sounds, or like the old Cordovac sounds, it would have been the boom bass and the organ sounds and the chords. Well, we've got that on this accordion also, and it's just a matter of hitting a button and it turns them on. So we'll bring you in here. All right, I'm going back to the accordion sound, so I'll push the accordion light, and I'm just going to use register number 1. Give us a little bit more volume. And so now in the left hand, we've got that, but I would like to change that to the orchestra bass. So here you see the words left hand. And right now it says, this red light is on that says bass and chord. That means the acoustic or reed sounding bass and chord. But when I hit this orchestra bass button, watch what happens. That light goes on and this one goes to flashing. I hope you can see that flashing. I can't really see it in my monitor, so I'm not sure. But what it means now is now I've got a string bass in my left-hand bass buttons, and Dale Mathis created this string bass. This is not a Roland sound. So again, one of the special Dale Mathis sounds. Okay, and then I'm going to hit this one right next to it that says orchestra chord. Turn that on, and now in my buttons over here, yeah, I get the let's see, which one is that? The guitar sound. So now when I play, and I'm just going to let those sounds play because I think those are some of the most usable. There's a lot more to talk about as far as how to change those sounds, but for right now, I don't want to overwhelm you completely, so let's just go with that. And we're going back here to the accordion sound and the orchestra bass and chord. So, okay, so now I'm going to turn off that orchestra bass and chord just so you can hear the difference. So if I turn them back on, it's a much smoother, nice sound. And those sounds, they will stay playing as long as you leave those buttons on. And because I hit this accordion light over here, all 7 of these buttons now play accordion sounds. So. If I want to hear that twangy guitar, I'm just going to hit the orchestra. If I want to hear the vibes, that's in number 4. And if I want to hear the organ, I just hit the organ button. Ah, such beautiful sounds. All right, so take this video one segment at a time just so that you can comprehend everything that's going on. But I'm sure you're going to love this instrument. It is so easy to play. It only weighs 19 pounds. You know, let's do a segment 5 because now I've been selling the Roland 4X since it came out in 2016. And there is one segment of my customer base that has lost the use of their left hand, not left hand, but left arm. And they're having shoulder problems. And so I'm going to show you a way to set this accordion so that you no longer have to pull on the bellows. You can just hold the accordion in your lap and you can leave the bellow strap closed. And here's how to do it. Take you back here again. Okay, so this is advanced, lesson number 5, but all right, so here's how to do it. Here's what we had left on the accordion. So you'll hear that, you still get some, let's just turn that off. So see, now you don't hear anything over here because I'm back onto the accordion reed sound. The only way that you can hear it is if I pull on. And there's just always a little bit of sound on the right hand because I've got that set up so that in the accordion when you change bellows that the sound doesn't drop out completely, so it gives you a much smoother sounding accordion. Alright, so here's the deal. These buttons have a second purpose. In addition to playing the different tones, they also have a set of words underneath here. So this first one on register number 1 says octave minus, this one octave plus, sordina, bass to treble, speaker, and this one down here says battery, and the final one says bellows curve. We're not going to worry about any of this other stuff, but this bellows curve is the thing that you can use to turn off the bellows. And so how you do it, you need a thumb and you need a finger that can reach down here. And so, let's see, how do you do it? You just push shift. Push shift. Yeah, or you hold shift and hit register 7. Okay, and so now when you do that, your standard Dale Mathis setting is going to say BEL, which means bellows, and then it's going to say CURV, which means curve, and then you're going to see in big letters it says LIGT. and that means bellows curve is light, so it's light on the bellows. And we're going to use this minus, is it the minus button? Yep, it is the minus button. So we're going to use this value set button right here, minus, and when you hit it once, it says extra light. When you hit it again, it says fixed H. I don't want that one, I want the next one, fixed medium, because now, see, I don't have to use the bellows anymore, so I can. So you do lose your expression. You know, the bellows, of course, create the expression, the volume changes, and so you're going to lose that. However, you can still play and you can still make music even though your left shoulder is bothering you and now you don't have to work that arm anymore. So it still allows folks who have some sort of physical difficulty to make music, and it can just change your life. You know, something you've been doing for decades and you don't want that physical impairment to hold you back. So this is the way to do it. And now that I've got that set to that fixed medium position, when you turn the accordion off and then turn it back on again, it's still going to be there. For many other functions on the accordion, when you turn it off, it goes back to the turn-on sounds, but not that particular thing. It stays turned on. So if you ever want to turn those bellows back on again, we just reverse the process. So take you down here. So you just use your thumb to hold the shift button and then push 7, and it still says fixed M in the screen. And then I'm just going to use the plus button where it says set here and hit it once, which says fixed H. Another time, extra light, I don't want that. One more time, light. And that's the setting that I prefer. And that setting will stay there now. But just when you get really adventuresome, and this is way down the road, you can mess around more with that setting because Roland has put like 20 different bellows settings in this instrument. All right, so I hope this has been extremely helpful. And again, for my craft music customers, if you've got a question about any of this stuff, give me a phone call. Here's my Arizona phone number. Just don't call me at 3 in the morning. If you're in New York, that means that it's what? You call at 6 in the morning your time, it's 3 in the morning here. So anyhow, I'll always help you. That's part of the deal. After purchase support is so important to my Roland customers. So here's my number again, or you can just go on to the Dale Mathis website. You put that in here, dalemathisaccordion.com, and there's a comments section on there. If you feel more comfortable writing out a question, please do that, because I will get it and I will respond. So thanks so much for watching, and please love your new Dale Mathis Roland Edition 4X accordion.